But I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Candy Shop. I am Candace, and this is The Candy Shop. I want to talk about some hot topics tonight. A lot has transpired in these days, well, especially today. First of all, I want to thank my new subscribers for subscribing. Thank you for becoming a sugar baby. I hope you enjoy the channel. If not, I'm sorry I can't give you what you want, but I'm going to still just give it to you. So I'll go ahead and get started. I'll be having Hannah joining me later. But yeah, so the first thing that I want to talk about is Falynn Pina, or I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. Falynn Pina pregnant. I think that's how it's pronounced. So the other content creators, bloggers were correct. This young lady is preggers, and she tried to deny it. Now she's saying she's not as far along as what people would think she is, but she is definitely pregnant now by her. I kept calling the guy her stylist. And let's see, Mr. Jalen. I think I still have his picture. She's pregnant by Mr. Jalen. And yeah, it's a whole hot mess to me, a whole hot mess. And I think it only validates or adds more truth to what Simon Gubadia was saying. And we were all mad at Portia and all this other stuff that was going on. But she ended up, hey, Abiel, how are you? But yeah, I'm talking about Falynn. I was about to say Portia. We were all mad at Portia, though, for getting with the friend, or for being a friend and getting with Simon, when all the while Falynn was coming with her own bull. She was bringing it. And what's my favorite line? It was all a scheme brought by Todd to bring the bullshit. Well, today Falynn brought that bullshit. So it was, yeah. I can't say that I'm shocked. After I saw her doing that whole reality show with him, I was just like, what the hell is going on here? I thought the guy was her stylist. I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. She said they were friends. That was her best friend. But then Simon was posting like video of them like sneaking in the house together. And then she was just with him too much. It seems she did Simon the same way that she did Simon the same way that she did him. I'm going to go ahead and add Hannah. Paula Henderson said, child, is too much. It is definitely too much. Hey, Hannah. It is definitely too much. What are your thoughts on Miss Falynn being pregnant? Like, I'm sorry.
I was ready for this topic. I 100% believe that she is not pregnant. I think that their YouTube channel is bombing. Portia and Simon has more of the spotlight. So if she say I'm pregnant, they're going to draw more off of Portia and Simon and onto her and sis. So
I just watched the live with her and she showed her pregnant belly.
Okay, when you eat a lot, you can have a pregnant. That means nothing. You eat enough, or at that time of the month, your stomach can pop up pregnant. That means nothing. Because if she was pregnant back then, she would have been further along the way Simon was describing it. So if she did get pregnant now, she's pregnant because she wants more spotlight, or she's not really pregnant. So when she come out next month, like, oh my God, we're going to do YouTube on our loss of our child, I'm sorry, I don't believe she's pregnant. I think she ate too much and it was time to show the stomach.
I hope not. And hey, the Queen of Cheesecake, thank you for supporting. So I just watched the live with her literally right before we did the show. She showed her pregnant stomach. She said they're going to have a gender reveal. She did say that if it was what Simon said, she would be further along, because somebody was like, are you 8 months pregnant? So she went out the room. She came back with her stomach exposed, and she said, does this look like an 8-month pregnant stomach?
I can see the room.
She said she was going to the bathroom. She showed her real stomach. The girl is pregnant. I know you don't want to believe it, but she's pregnant. She with everybody being upset with Portia, I'm actually not that upset. Portia actually liked the comment on the Shade Room.
Oh, I saw all the shade.
Hey, 901 Don Diva. But yeah, the girl is pregnant. She was saying she's embarrassed by her stretch marks, even though we can, of course, with the camera, we can't see her stretch marks. Yeah, she's pregnant. Yes, she's definitely pregnant. And then when she was talking about they were going to do a gender reveal because this is his first child, and she's financially stable. This is the first pregnancy she's had where she can be financially stable. She's mature because I guess she had her first child at 17 or 18, I think she said, and it was a time where her family couldn't be around her. She has been making the rounds on those blogs. She was setting the scene for this reveal. She definitely was, because she was going on a lot of different blogs. That's why I think she's probably, the way that her stomach looks, she's probably 3 or 4 months pregnant. The way that the stomach.
She got pregnant after Simon said she was pregnant.
The
timeline doesn't match up with Simon.
3 or 4 months ago, she would have been out 3 or 4 months ago. Because actually, when we talked about them originally, that was like May or June.
And he said she was already pregnant then, though.
She could have been 6 months. I'm thinking, this is what I think happened. I mean, not 6 months, 6 weeks. I'm thinking she missed her little cycle. She knew she was pregnant, and she immediately told him. I really think that that's what happened, and that's why he got upset. Now, I know they got divorced way back. I see. It's so the timing of everything is just crazy to me.
Yeah, because he was saying that they was divorcing because she was pregnant, but the time they were divorcing, she got pregnant.
He originally said that they were separating or getting a divorce because she was having an affair with a basketball player that allegedly. That was originally what I heard. And she gets around, and basically, according to a lot of people, she was having affairs on him. They were having affairs on each other. Kennard said, "I have no dog in this fight, just entertaining, here to support. Don't know who Falynn and Simon are." Avi, right. What did Avi say? Where did it go? Yes, she has been making her rounds. The Queen of Cheesecake, some people are small when they are pregnant. And she does have like a very small frame. Like, even though she's saying that she is only a few months pregnant, to be honest, well, I don't know. Because someone said she looks 6 months pregnant. She does look like she's 6 months pregnant to me, because her stuff, like, it's showing, and she has such a small frame. But she was like, "No, I really show." But then again, she's had kids before, so her stomach may pop out a little more. But her stomach was so flat, and I just like, she looks. If you watch the live after this girl is pregnant.
I'm watching the live because I don't believe her or Simon or Portia. I don't believe none of them. Mm-hmm. I feel like we all getting got right now. I feel like it's all for entertainment purposes, and y'all going in a bunch of other people's lives doing this entertainment purposes. I just feel like her and Simon just got to a place where they both was mad at each other. They both cheated, and they both taking it out on doing extra stuff for no reason. But I feel like they're going to be hurting people and hurting each other at the end.
I feel like it was a situation just like Portia has an arrangement with Simon. Falynn had her arrangement. That was her turn. Yeah. Oh, 901 Don Diva said, "I'll take your word for it, Candy. You don't want to watch that live." But, I don't feel like they ever had a marriage of love. Like, he's been married several times. So she was just a chick. All of his marriages apparently only last 2 years anyway. And so I think she got with him because she thought he had money. Because I think she has 3 or 4 kids. I don't know how many kids she has.
3. I don't know.
Yeah, somebody said she had 5, and she was like, "Oh, I have a 5th child. I would love to meet them." So maybe she has 4. But I'm thinking she wanted to be financially stable. I don't think she loved him at all. Okay, Jeopardy. Hey, Jeopardy, she has 3.
3, okay.
So I don't think she was that into him. She was securing the bag. Like, no offense to the Nigerians, but sometimes a lot of American women, people will marry them because they allegedly have money. And so I think that's what she thought she was doing. And the situation with the show came right on time with Portia getting with him. That kind of helped her, Falynn, get famous. Falynn basically got famous off of this whole Portia incident. 3 kids, now 4 with 4 baby daddies. This is 4. Yes, a 4.
I feel a little different about it. It's weird. I think she got with him originally for the coin, But I think that during their relationship, she developed feelings. Because even though I just go with body language and the way she was talking on that show and how she was expressing about him, you can tell she had actual feelings. But I feel like at that point when she was really having feelings, he was already moving on. So I just go by body language. I really feel like she probably in the beginning it was for the money, but sometimes feelings will develop. But I really do feel like they both were stepping out on each other at this point. But yeah. I do think that she really was feeling him.
Abiel said, "I don't know. She doesn't come off as genuine, and she did not seem genuine in the clip I saw when she made the announcement earlier. Yeah, she just seems so." Like she likes the fame. Like I never believed her relationship with the guy. If she truly loved him, to me, I wouldn't have had all them chicks at a pool party. If I really loved my husband,
not in my house.
So 444, yes. She doesn't seem genuine at all. I saw right through her bullshit. Yes, that's why I said it was a scheme brought by her this time to bring the bullshit. It wasn't brought by Todd. It was brought by Falynn this time.
It was never brought by Todd.
Oh, I did bring the bullshit.
I did not bring the bullshit. Mom brought the bullshit. Mama, what's Candy name?
But yeah, Falynn brought it this time, and it's just I'm not interested in no show about her. And let me put his picture back up again. Jalen, he got a kid name too.
Can you get that big hand out of here?
I've never seen a grown.
Jalen.
His name is Jalen.
I've never seen 21.
I've never seen a grown man named Jalen.
After a lot of people after that basketball, what's his name? Jalen Rose. That's when a lot of people start naming kids. He gotta be. Is he legal? Can he be out after the street lights is on?
He's supposed to be, but
bro,
he looked like one of her kids, and I think how old is Falynn? If anybody knows, how old is she?
I think she just turned like 27 or something. Because I remember after she got divorced, she had like a birthday party, and she was like, I think she was like 27 or something now.
Oh, I don't know why I was thinking she was in her early 30s, but yeah,
she might have been 29 going on 30. She might have said she was turning 30. She either 27 or turned 30.
Yeah, my niece was
10. He looks like my son.
He does. He looks like a kid. That looks like a whole child.
That's 14.
Yeah, he looks. And somebody made the remark. He looks like one of her kids, and it's just cringy. Because I told y'all before, I thought that he was her stylist. Like I did not know that I really thought this was like, her good Judy. She was his good Judy. That's what I thought. So yeah, we'll see how this unfolds. I don't plan on watching the show at all. What type of income is he bringing in being her assistant child? Thank you.
You sleep with the help.
Thank you. It's just
you don't have the baby with the help.
The math is not mathing in this situation. I don't know where her income is coming from unless she is making a lot of appearances now. And her YouTube. Yeah, I knew they didn't have one. So she got the Housewives money, which wasn't a lot because she was a friend to the show. And then she has her YouTube channel that is blowing up right now. And she makes all these other appearances. So maybe that's where her income is coming from. She's basically another LaToya Forever, but I think LaToya Forever actually has a lot more money than her. She has a well-established channel. But it's
probably got Simon money too. I'm pretty sure he had to give her some money.
I don't know. He just what do he have?
That's
the question.
The way she seems like the way she moves and how she's put the attention and the money. Nobody's getting married without some security. They might have had an agreement. We could be married for 2 years. You get such and such and such. Because the way she moves, she doesn't seem like. I do think she has some feelings for him, but she seems like she's about her money and her coin. And I'll let you know right now, if you want to marry me, and if I'm not in love with you, then yes, there will be some documents that if we divorce after a certain time, you want to run me some money. And also, if the judge can prove that she wasn't pregnant at the time and he moved in with Portia, then she will get more money because basically it's infidelity on your part. So it's who proved what in court. So I definitely think she's living on Simon. I would.
Off of what money though? Because allegedly the money, it ain't real money according to
if the house is paid for, so she still got the house.
Yeah, according to Tisa Tales, shout out to content creator Tisa Tales that exposed Simon, and Simon is mad. He don't got no money. he don't got no money. He was using the Uber of planes, even though that's still a little money. Because I can't rent no jet.
Uber a plane?
Basically, he gets his jets. It's not his plane or anything, but he charters it from some company that's similar or cheap like Uber. It's like $12,000 to charter a plane or flight somewhere. But they were saying, or no, maybe not. I forgot. It's I might be wrong. It's between 5 and 12. I know they said if they have like 16 people on it paying $400 or like 8 people, that adds up to whatever the amount is.
Oh, hell.
So yeah, Falynn and her Tyler need to sit down somewhere. Yes, they do. Her and little Jalen. Jeopardy said Latoya is dating an African man now. I guess they have that money in common.
I don't know. When did Latoya start dating the African man? Because she was dating the trainer guy.
You didn't. Well, you got to be in these YouTube streets and these blogs.
The guy. Instagram. When did she let go of the trainer? Not her.
He's a fraud. Tasha K did a story about him last week. He's been lying.
The other guy.
The trainer. Yes, he's a fraud.
She seems like she really like Bull.
I don't know. They didn't seem genuine.
Well, you saw they had that list where they said the most scammers was trainers, youth pastors, and credit repairs.
Yeah, those are they the scammers. They scamming our hearts. That's what they do.
That's his second trainer.
Yeah, I don't know what
trainer.
I know, but this guy was fraud, like lying and frauding her. I have to watch. You have to watch Tasha K's expose on him.
Really?
Yes, but I want to go to the next topic. So I'm done talking about Falynn and little JJ.
Not little.
Yes. Now I do want to talk about Lizzo. So Lizzo, of course, put that video out. The people in the shade room went completely in on Lizzo. They didn't like the video, the whole Greek thing. They kind of fat shamed her. They talked about her, and she put up a video on Sunday. Wait, 901 Don Diva said, I can't get past the screaming with Tasha. I didn't watch it all. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it, but it was definitely entertaining, the parts that I did see. But no, Lizzo put up a live on Sunday, an emotional live where she was crying. She's over being fat shamed and the racism as it relates to Black women, and then also overweight Black women. She was very, you can just tell she was hurt by the reaction that she got. And she was saying how she put in a lot of hard work for the song. Cardi B put in a lot of hard work. She said she was in the studio twice with root canals and still singing. And so the video has done well. Like, she's gotten some accolades for it, but the comments from the people, she was like, it's okay to not like my music, but to actually say these things about me is basically wrong, is hurtful. So what are your thoughts on that? Just here, or do you like Lizzo, first of all, before I go on? I like Lizzo.
I don't not like her. I've never listened to any of her songs. I'm just gonna say my reaction towards every person. I don't like anybody going on any social media crying at home. That's my whole issue. But as far as shaming someone, I don't respect that. But also, you have to realize when you're in the spotlight, the way social media is set up now, people are very negative. People are very hurtful. It's people that have nothing. They can't even have the talent that you have, that even can sing like you can sing and be the person you are, and are so disrespectful and hurtful and shameful, So I feel like it kind of comes with the territory. So, but I did see her reaction. I don't like the fact that people are fat shaming or being disrespectful, because you never know how people mind. So a lot of people, we don't like to admit it, but a lot of people in the Black community, we do suffer from depression, and we don't get the mental help. We don't see therapists and really reach out the way we should. So I feel like you don't know if someone's mentally stable to handle those comments. So when you're out there being negative and disrespectful for someone, you don't really know their mindset. So for them to say that, like, what if she was really unstable and that was like her breaking point, and that was the end, her straw. You never know. So I feel like that's wrong. But as far as the crying online, I'm sorry. I feel like that with anybody. I don't care what size you are, who you are. I don't like anybody. I didn't have family members going online crying. I comment, can you delete this video? I just feel like you can say how you feel, but I wouldn't even address the issue. I would have just act like y'all didn't faze me. I wouldn't have gave y'all a reaction, and I would have kept going on my life because you made a video. You did your work. You knew what you did. You knew what you put into it. So somebody viewed it. You still getting the credit for it. You still getting the views for it. You still getting the media for it. I wouldn't even respond to the people because sometimes when you respond, they come back even harder. So ignoring to me is just the best policy. Like, I'm just going to ignore whatever you got to say.
Yeah, usually she does. She's real upbeat and positive, and I like Lizzo. I am a fan of Lizzo. I like her music. I love her bubbly personality and the fact that a lot of times she does not care what people think. With her particular music and what she does, she says she just likes making music. She is a Black woman, an African American woman, and she likes the fact that people want to party with her. So I think this was her breaking point when I went on the Shade Room and saw like she was still a good sport on the Shade Room. Then people were going in, and I understand it comes with the territory, but sometimes the way that they go after her, they don't go after everybody like that. So I do have to say that I feel like with Black women, it's very critical. Nothing we do is correct. Like everything that we do is always a topic of discussion, from the bonnets to the way we want to wear our hair or makeup. Everything is so overcritical. But then when you have someone, I'll say a clear person, do something similar, it's not as critical. But then with Lizzo, nobody wants to have any empathy or compassion for her. And they'll be like, oh, you asked for it. No, she didn't ask for it. Well, if she asked for it, then you're going to ask for this nice clap back, because I am going to clap all the way back. Black women are so... Yeah, Donna One Don Diva said Black women are so hard on each other. And we are with everything that we go through. Jeopardy said Lizzo needs to see a therapist instead of going live every 5 seconds for attention. See, I don't think, because they said the same thing about Summer Walker, and I really like Summer Walker too. So sometimes it's an outlet. I think she does need to see a therapist if she isn't already seeing one. But today, the society, everybody goes live. Everybody, oh my goodness, here goes my daughter. Everybody goes live. Everybody is constantly on social media posting. And with her being a star, she has to keep that. I guess that she has to keep people talking. So sometimes the stuff is outlandish that she does, but I know it's for publicity. She's a pop star. She ain't put out a lot of music in a while. So this was like one of the first things she put out. In the song was actually, the lyrics were actually good. So with that being, yeah, I thought the song was okay. The video it did remind me of that Disney movie, that Greek Disney movie. I forgot what it was called back in the day in the 90s. It was if y'all remember that Disney movie that featured like the Greek gods, Hercules. It looked like Hercules. I did say that. I liked it. I like Cardi B in the song.
Oh, Cardi in there?
Yes, it's with Cardi B. So I just really feel like, oh yeah, that too, Aladdin as well. It was like Aladdin as well.
Okay.
But I just feel like people were very critical of her, and then they were even saying things like the Mamie caricature, all of that type of stuff. So they, like I said, they are very hard on Black women, and at a time when we definitely need to support each other. And I'm one of those women. A lot of times if somebody does something, I feel like it's them, because I know if I do something, I don't want to be judged like how I'm judging somebody. So a lot of times I say that's them. But yeah, it was sad to see her cry, but I definitely think she reached a breaking point. The problem with her going live is it will not get the positive response she hopes. I agree with that. People have been coming for Lizzo for years. Yeah, they don't like the fact that she's okay with being big and naked. A lot of times she is naked, and they don't like the fact that she is okay with her body. And so people come for her all the time. And it's like, why? I guess for me, why are they so concerned? If this is what makes this lady happy, What's the problem? Like, they really don't have to follow her. So,
that's my thing. Like, you following me to be negative. Like, why are you even on my page?
and not on Diva hit the nail on the head. If she was skinny, it wouldn't be a problem because Rihanna, she wears some of the same stuff that Rihanna would wear, but Rihanna can get away with wearing it because she's small. Lizzo,
well, I mean, Rihanna's a different breed.
Lizzo, for some reason, because she's big, people are just outraged. Like, oh my God, there are kids here. Because I remember she went to a basketball game and she did have her behind out, I think, showing her thumb.
I did.
And so they're like, it's kids here.
I wouldn't care what size you was. I don't want you with your ass cheeks out at a basketball game.
Rihanna did something similar.
Rihanna was trifling
and nobody said anything about it. And that's the problem. See, you might say something about it, but nobody else said anything about it.
If you didn't, it is big. Can you put your cheeks away at the game? You could if you on a beach, if you in a club, if you anywhere else. I feel like certain places we wouldn't go to. Well, back in the day, we wouldn't go to church like that. We wouldn't go to the office building like that. So I feel like some attire is different. But if you want to wear that anywhere else, I can care less what size you is. But I don't like it in no size. I don't care if you small, big. Can you put your cheeks away?
Well,
at the club though, cheeks is supposed to be.
I don't care. I like it. I like looking at asses. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, at the club, I don't mind. I just don't want it at a basketball game. Like, I don't need your cheeks on the seat.
Yeah. I expect that from stars to be outlandish because I think about Madonna. Madonna dressed crazy. Wow. Janet dressed crazy. So I expect it, but I'll say this: the way you raise your child in your household, they will, if you're doing it the right way, that type of stuff won't even faze them. Because
I'm talking about the kids. I'm talking about me. I don't want to see.
Yeah. Well, people's argument was it was kids here and all this other bull.
Oh, please, that shit not celebrities. That bothers me. Like a lot of people like, oh my goodness, you're singing this music and you're doing this and this. It's not anyone's job to be a parent, and it's crazy because I used to always sing Between the Sheets. Mind you, that's supposed to be a slow, And last night I was really listening to the lyrics. Like, this is the most raunchiest, smooth singing song. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you were singing stuff as a kid at the innocence of a child. You don't know what you're singing. So the adults know. So it's none of these celebrities, basketball players, athletes, singers, entertainers' job to be a mentor or a role model to your child. It's your job as a parent to parent your child. I don't know why people blame these athletes and stars and singers and rappers on your job, because my kids don't even know I listen to ratchet music. It's not your business to know this. Mm-hmm. So it's your job as a parent to be a parent and police certain things for your own child. It's no celebrity job to do that. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my mother, she didn't listen to the stuff, but I knew all the words to Adina Freak Like Me when I was like in the 5th grade. And we used to sing it on the bus. I was in the 4th or the 5th grade. I just remember singing it on the bus with my friends. So yeah. The bus driver was playing it on the bus.
And my dad, I had to take that. Now you know how we going when you go with the bag on Walkman. I had the Walkman and my dad was listening like, what is that? And I'm dancing to the baddest big.
Oh.
And I was young. And my dad, even though I was mad then, now I'm realizing like that was his job to tell me to snatch them, and he destroyed the crap out of it. But now that I'm older, I'm like, okay, maybe that makes sense because I shouldn't have been listening to it at that age.
Yes. So with Lizzo, I gave my thoughts on it. I feel bad for her. I'm all every Black woman. If I see one crying, it's gonna hurt me to death. So I'm definitely pro Black woman.
You are.
I just hope she does get, like you said, she gets whatever counseling she needs. Did I cut out?
You did. You still here?
Can you hear me?
There's a brief second.
All right. Well, I hope she does get the therapy that she needs, that Jeopardy mentioned, because she is very hurt, and you need really thick skin to be in that industry, especially if you're going to go around and be the size that she is which to me, she's not that big. You know, in our community, we love the thick, but she's in an industry where they like size zeros. But hopefully she gets that therapy.
For you white and get with a black person body, but go.
Yes. Good evening, Kenny. 901 Don Diva said I was a freak in the 6th grade. Yes. Yes. I was in 4th or 5th grade singing that song.
First of all, whole virgin singing shit. Didn't even know I was singing about. Like,
yeah.
singing all the freak songs.
Yes. But I want to talk a little bit about the Real Housewives of Potomac. Yesterday, I did go on Mimosa Monday for Don't Tell Me, Tell the People. I was with Sunny, and also the shout out to the Real Lovely C. She is a new content creator. She was on there. She went live today talking about the show. So make sure you subscribe to these channels. Don't Tell Me, Tell the People just reached 1,000 subscribers, which I am excited for her because at one point we had the same amount, but she kept consistently going and I just fell off. So I want to shout her out for that, because she has been doing a good thing over at her channel, and she likes to bring black women together, especially. But Real Housewives of Potomac. So Sunday's episode, did you watch it?
So I was working and watching it. I saw AKA Liar.
Who? Giselle?
Yeah.
Who?
Mia.
People like Mia.
She knows she was a stripper the way she worked that pole.
That was last week's. Did you see?
I missed the whole. I know it's a week late then.
Yeah, because this.
Damn, I saw the bus earlier, so I'm a week late.
Yes, this week's show.
I'll be so late to the party.
This week's show, nobody was feeling Giselle and Robin. So I'm not going to talk about the show in order. I'm just going to talk about key things on the show. So Giselle and Robin was like straight up mean girls. I call them, no offense to light skinned people, but the light skin alliance, the green eye bandits.
They
like,
always call them the green eye bandits.
They remind me of some girls I used to work with years ago. They could not stand me. I'm of course a browner girl, and I called them the light skin alliance, and they didn't like me because I had some flavor to myself. But that's who they remind me of. They have been coming for Wendy. And it's like real unwarranted. Now, granted, Wendy has been getting on my nerves. She's not as bad this season as she was last season, but they've come for Wendy, which I said yesterday, I think it's colorism. People didn't agree with that, but I definitely feel like it's colorism. They, of course, come for Karen. And then they Robin even kicked Mia out of her room. Like they kind of bullied Mia out of her room. And I didn't agree with that. Yeah, they had chose rooms. They were all staying in the main house. Mia selected her bedroom. Robin selected hers, and then Giselle was like, "Don't you want to be in the room? Or don't you want to be on the floor with me? Kick her out." And so Robin was like, "Mia, you knew," or something like that. You downstairs. I'm gonna take the upstairs. Yeah. And Mia, I think that happened last week, but Mia was like, "Okay, all right." And so yes, I'm starting to like Wendy too. And this is why I'm starting to like Zen Win. Because first of all, I wish somebody would put Giselle in her place so bad. Me too. Giselle does not want the smoke. She's not going to be able to take the smoke. Now, she does have a slick mouth, but I know people that are much slicker than her. And I know Wendy can come with some smoke for Giselle. The Queen of Cheesecake. I want to know what the second floor smells like. I know. Me too.
That smell like.
Because Robin don't like to bathe. She didn't bathe her kids. Shoot. Excuse me. Allegedly.
Why not gonna remarry you? And that's just fake. Giselle needs her own business about why you keep having fake storylines every season.
This is what I learned allegedly yesterday. So allegedly, Juan and Robin are not even living together. And that's why in the mornings, like it looks like he's like all dressed coming up, waking her up and getting the kids up. And I'm like, that's why she can sleep for however long. Yes, 901 Don Diva. Yes.
I knew they wasn't together.
If you watched the live with me, Sunny, and the Lovely C yesterday, she did a Mimosa Monday yesterday. I think Sunny mentioned it. Juan and Robin are not living together. That's the tea.
Makes so much more sense now.
Yes. And and I said this yesterday. If she can't take care of them kids, Juan need to get them kids. Like Juan,
right? Like, girl, she can't even keep her hats and stuff.
Not on Diva acts are they separated. So on the show, no, they're supposed to be working towards their relationship. But he done already told Robin he's turned off by her laziness. And speaking of Robin, so is it depression or is it laziness? So my view on it is I think it's a combination of both. I really do feel like she's depressed because she's talked about staying up, eating ice cream all night. Like she's doing comfort things. And it just brings me back to me because I went through postpartum depression after I had my baby. And so I would watch shows and I would eat. That's why I gained so much weight. I would eat at different times of the night because it was comforting. And I just did not want to, I was like in a little hole. I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to move. The only time I moved was just to feed the baby, do this for the baby, whatever. I was like basically the baby's little slave. But I did not want to move. And I feel like with Robin, it's some type of depression because remember, she was in real estate. She did a lot in the real estate industry. It seemed like suffered a little bit during COVID. So that could play a part. I know she has these hats and the fact that Juan may not be living there. So she probably knows that they're not getting married. The Queen of Cheesecake said, have you noticed that his half of the bed is made up? Yep. Sure did.
She is lazy.
Sure did.
Depression. She's lazy.
Aviel said, Giselle telling Robin their rooms were connected told me all I needed to know about why Robin kicked out Mia. Interesting. That's Tia itself. 901 Adiva said depression. I was there. Yeah. Like when you've gone through it, you can tell when somebody's going through a depression. And hers, so another person said it's for a storyline, but I would not want people seeing me in that state. And it's like, she don't even care. Like she don't care that it looks like her kids. Am I freezing? She don't even care that her.
Not freezing.
Yeah, she don't even care that her kids aren't dressed.
I don't think she ever cared. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't see her caring before. I seen her like. I feel like everything she do is for the show. Her and Giselle. I'm sorry, and I don't mean to say it like that, but I really do feel like everything they do is for the show. And now you're saying that makes sense because Juan definitely didn't look like they were a family anymore. I feel like they were before, but COVID brought either people together or separate, honestly. So they might have been around each other way too much during COVID, and he might have realized, like, yeah, I'm not remarrying you. Or because I'm telling you, a lot of people got divorced, or they got engaged, they got pregnant, or their marriage got stronger. So COVID, when you're around somebody 24/7, you can learn a lot. Like when you at this day and age, being 2021, people are working. It's no housewives really anymore at home doing anything. Like either the husband is going, the wife is going, or they're both going. So when you had to shut down and really be with the person for 24 hours a day, every single day, couldn't really do anything, that can make you realize who that person really is. So I feel like COVID might have brought a strain within their relationship as well.
The Queen of Cheesecake says she's just lazy. If you can go out with your friends, that's not depressing. I should know I suffer from it. And I hope that YouTube is helping you.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I hope YouTube is helping you, Queen of Cheesecake, because that is one of the main reasons why I started doing YouTube. At first, I was on a friend's channel and I would do his shows, and it was like a great outlet to the emotions and the things that I was going through when I was going through my depression. And then I got the courage to do my own, start posting on my own, because I've had this channel since 2007. But I got the courage to start posting on it. And so just know that people like me, we are here for you. And I definitely know what you may be going through. But the whole Giselle, I know Candace called them, what did she call them? Tweedly Sam or something like that.
What?
She was saying that they were going after Wendy and Karen. To me, they're Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and Robin is Tweedledum. I want to unpack the situation with Wendy though. So they sat up there and talked about how Wendy, oh, she's different. Have you noticed the change in her? And she likes to show her body. And like they was really going in on Wendy for no reason. Let me read this comment real quick.
They did that to Ashley. That was last week.
What'd you say? No, today they were Giselle and Robin. I mean today. Sunday's episode, Giselle and Robin were going in about Wendy.
Giselle talking trash about Wendy to Ashley. So that must have been last. I saw a week late then.
Yeah. Yes, that was last week's, but on this trip they were talking. But Abiel said Robin has been super laid back since season 1. She almost gave that sleepy feel for every season. She did. I thought she was like a tomboy. The only time I saw her excited was when they flipped that house and she had all them come over and flip the house, whatever. Oh, and then when she was like, if Juan, whatever his last name is, if Juan was here at the reunion, and I wanted to say if he was, he would have been sitting next to Michael. He would have been sitting next to Michael. What'd you say?
It's with Ashley's husband.
Exactly, in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
But Juan Robinson, is that his name? I forgot what his name is.
Juan Single.
But no, this is what I forgot. So yesterday I also learned, now this is alleged tea as well. So the reason, okay, so you know how they lost their money with it, it was a friend of both of theirs that they lost. This was how they lost their money or whatever.
Talk about this lie,
huh?
They really lost it from a friend. I thought they really blew.
The guy committed suicide because of.
Oh, I didn't know he. I don't feel bad.
So
I thought they just blew through the money and was blaming him.
Juan Dixon, thank you, Jeopardy. I'm like, it's my liquor.
Robin Dixon, you right.
And hey, Candace, I love your name. but no, the tea that I heard was that the guy that, of course, that they lost their money with, that they gave it to, and he committed suicide, which was Juan's good friend, Robin was having an affair with him.
What? Shut the
yes,
door.
that was yes,
Shut
and that was why Juan is so like not bought into them.
She ain't the person. She out here smashing the homies.
That's the alleged tea.
You smashing the homies.
That's well, no, this was she's depressed now. But I'm saying when they lost their money, this is before the season started. So this was way back when they first. The whole reason. Yes, way back when. So the whole reason why they're divorced is because of the fact that she was having an affair. It wasn't the money issues. She was having an affair with his friend. And then who so happened to lose their money.
You sleeping with this man, and you let him fumble your bag.
And the Queen of Cheesecake, that was my favorite line from Robin. I'm so happy Juan Dixon is not here. And I wanted to say, what is Juan gonna do? What is Juan? That is Jamal coming. What'd you say?
How you sleeping with a man and let him steal your money?
I don't know. He lost it somehow. People go into these little janky business deals all the time. But the man committed suicide, and
not my money though.
That's that. They lost all their money. They got divorced.
I would have had life insurance policy on him.
They tried to come on the show and say that they were divorced because of the financial problems that they went through. But lo and behold, allegedly, because this is all what I'm hearing outside the show. I got this from the Lovely Sea. I hope I'm not mixing Sunny and the Lovely Seas. One said that Juan is not there, which I believe that, and the other one said that Robin had the affair. Nothing Juan would have done. Nothing Juan would have done but sat there. Yes.
Okay, what is Juan going to do?
Juan would exactly.
Michael,
and he would have been like, Robin, you gonna fight for us?
No, he riding for Michael more than Robin.
I really feel like Robin would fight somebody before Juan. Because Robin, she's
a grape in a fruit fight.
Robin gives those tomboy vibes. Going back to Michael still, like, I think they mentioned it on this episode about them. Like he's not surprised that they're not married right now. He was talking about that with Ashley, and Ashley and Michael had a photo shoot for their kids. And I like the cute little sons, but yesterday they was like them little boys. Yeah. But I like the
Sorry,
little.
don't start.
I like the cute little. They're cute little boys to me. Now they do look like him. The little baby though. The little baby though has jaundice, and I didn't know this. Hospitals now allow you to bring the light home or something.
Really?
So the baby's being treated for jaundice at home, like not at the hospital, or maybe because of COVID. I don't know, but
Wow.
but yeah, the baby has jaundice, and they're treating the baby at home.
They usually keep the baby in the hospital.
Exactly. Because I remember my mother told me I had jaundice as a little baby and she had to take me back to the hospital. So,
wow.
Yeah, so I'm just shocked that I'm shocked that they're treating it at home. But the Queen of Cheesecake said Robin is getting married in her head. Exactly. And I don't even think she's getting married. Jaundice babies only need sunlight. Okay, so yeah, I see that. But I know back in the day they were treated.
Back in the day, you had to stay in the hospital.
You had to put them in the hospital for I think a week under a yellow light. She said 2 of my 3 had it. Okay, so that's not that bad. But no, Robin
treated at home because they definitely wasn't doing it back then. But
yes, like I was surprised, and they showed the little baby under the light and everything. But they did a photo shoot. Ashley is going to be popping up on the trip, only to be escorted back out. Like I don't even. Well, I'm just saying that I don't know if she's going to be escorted out. But Candace, who gets on my last nerves, I hate that girl has my name. And she don't spell it like mine. But she right now she's falling below the radar. I did like the fact that she didn't like the Green Eye Bandits going after Wendy either. She did have something to say about that and going after Karen. She felt they were just coming too hard. What'd you say?
I love Karen. I like Wendy.
Candace,
Giselle or Robin.
Let's talk about Karen though. Karen is reaching with this whole Giselle was wishing death on her husband. Girl. I was like, Karen, like, and then
death on Uncle Ben.
My thing is, I would have been more mad at Giselle for wearing that T-shirt that said that tax stuff on it versus wishing death. I mean, all she said was, "You would be dead by the time my looks fade." That's not wishing death. The man is old.
Old as water. However, I'm with you. That T-shirt,
yes,
would have been my issue. But my problem with Giselle is you worry about everybody's business. You a housewife, ain't been a housewife since you been on there, ain't have a consecutive man at all. Why are you even a part of the show? You're not a housewife.
Yeah. And then when they were
story all last season.
When they were saying, I think Karen, they were either Karen or Wendy, they were talking about their relationship. That somebody like Giselle always wants to give this relationship advice. And I would have turned right back to Giselle and been like, "Is that what you did for Jamal?" No, because she went off on Robin. She was like, "Well, didn't he say you was turning him off? You do need to do this." Like, and Robin's supposed to be her friend. I would have been like, "Giselle, what did you do for Jamal?" "Oh, he's not here." I would have been like, "Oh, he's not here." "Oh, okay." Like, "oh, all right."
So the men that you brought on the show, nothing. It's not just Jamal. It's Jamal. The other guy, remember she had like 3 other guys since she been on the show. I would have brought up Jamal because that was supposed to be her husband. But I do want to get to the Queen of Cheesecake's comment. She said, "My mom said that my brother had that too, and they had him under a blue light for 2 days." Okay, yeah. So I know they have to be under that light, and the baby is definitely under a light, and it looks like a blue light on the show. But no, Giselle has no couth. And she just don't care about who she goes after. And Robin just sitting there because I'm sorry, I would have had to say something to Giselle. I would have brought up Jamal. Since you want to bring up Juan Dixon, because Juan Dixon is not here right now, I would have. She definitely would be saying his whole name.
I would have been like, "What's going on with Jamal? Is he still living in your phone? Or like, what's the deal with that?"
Y'all still faking this relationship?
Yes, Giselle gets guys from her looks, but can't keep them. And Giselle, when you think about it, I mean, she look all right, but she's older now.
Yes.
And so the guys that she's getting are old too. They're kind of old too. Robin looks like
first of all,
Robin looks like Boo Boo the Fool. And I wish Robin. I watched Buffy Buffy from Married to Medicine. I saw a TikTok of hers, and I agree with her. She said Robin now needs to be a friend of the show. She really does, because I don't understand her purpose on this show. Like, it is so boring. She's just Giselle's sidekick. The hats, I know she's saying people are buying them, but I have yet to believe it. Somebody else tried to order one too, and it said it was sold out.
It's been sold out. I even tried yesterday. I was like, I'm just gonna get this hat because I'm really determined to wear it when we do a show. And it's still
supposed to be satin in the inside. I would want one too. I want to pay $20 versus.
I don't think she has enough inventory because there's no way you're still sold out this much.
Kanea said
they sold out for the past 3 weeks.
They have no one else. What do you mean, Kanea? They have no one else to bring on the show? They actually do. They got the new girl. I be calling her Kanea. I don't know if you saw. Kanea knows this. Her name is Ascala, but I be calling her Escada. Me and Kanea's mother. I think your mother. I just remember Kanea's mother wearing Escada all the time, or liking it, and that's one of my favorite perfumes. And I call Escala. I call her Escada. But she was nice on this episode. She wasn't feeling like how Giselle and Robin was coming for everybody, and like Mia was quiet. I like Mia.
I like Mia.
Kanea said yes, Scott.
Because no grown woman is going to tell me on any type of trip that I put first of all, I know they put money up. You're not telling me where I'm sleeping. I had one mother on my birth certificate. First of all, at my age, I love my mom, but you're not going to tell me what I'm doing either because I pay my own bills. But I feel like you're not telling me where I'm sleeping or where I'm going or what I'm doing. Mia seems really.
But I told y'all I got my brush. I'm sorry, I gotta brush the grease off.
Lying, but you're not. I'm sleeping wherever the F I feel like.
Yes, I just want to know who she's replacing. Who? Ascala or Mia? Mia is replacing Monique.
Monique.
Yeah, but I like Mia, and I liked her little clap back when she said last week she was like, "Robin doesn't get to experience this," so I wanted to give her a chance to experience luxury because at home I know she doesn't experience this.
What Robin doing with her Potomac check? Like, what is she getting paid?
I would think she doesn't
get growth in the outfits, the wardrobe, nothing.
I would think she doesn't get paid a lot, and Maryland is very expensive. Kanea knows, and
expensive.
Live there. And I thought Robin, if I'm not mistaken, was living in Baltimore. I thought, but I don't know.
Living in Potomac.
Yeah, I think the only one that was actually in Potomac at one time was Karen Huger. And Monique. I think Monique was in Potomac.
Karen, and what's the other girl name used to be on there? Cherise.
Oh, yeah, Cherise. They were in Potomac, but everybody else, like Wendy and Candace, I think, live far from Potomac. Wendy lives
in Potomac. When her husband moved there, season 1. When it's not season 1, season 4, whatever, season 3, when they came on here, she wasn't in Potomac.
Who? Wendy. No, they said she lives like past Baltimore. She lives like going towards Philadelphia.
Oh, you girl.
Because I know they had to take a trip. Kanea said, "Oh, leave Baltimore out of this." I caught the shade. And yes, Queen of Cheesecake, you live in Maryland. I love Maryland. I lived there. I graduated from I used to live there. I don't live there anymore, but I graduated from high school in Maryland. And we know how expensive it is. I lived in Montgomery County, Maryland, and that was expensive. Potomac is about a part of Montgomery County, but I didn't live in no goddamn Potomac. I lived in Gaithersburg, Maryland. But no, what were we talking about initially? Oh, so Mia and her husband live in the Inner Harbor, that's nice. Okay. And the Baltimore Inner Harbor, yeah.
That's expensive down by the harbor.
And so I like Mia. I think, and I said this. Oh, here come my daughter crying. I said this. I don't know whose show I said it on. It was on somebody's show, but I can't even remember whose show it was. I think Mia she's one of those people that tells stories, but I think it's all to basically catapult herself on the show. I don't necessarily think she's a liar. I love everything that she has going on. What'd you say?
She be lying.
I love everything that she has going on, and I love the fact that she comes from nothing because she's relatable. Like, she's very appreciative of things, and she's worked her way up. She has the joint, which I've mentioned is here in my little community. We have the joint near our Kroger, and so I've thought about going there. And with them, you don't even got to set an appointment. Like, it's actually nice. When I went on the website after I saw the show, I was like, let me see what this is about because I needed to just.
The joint is here too.
That's her business.
Okay, yeah, it's here.
Yep. So Jeopardy said, yeah, they, Robin, live out in Owens Mills, Baltimore. Wendy from the map they show looks like she lives in Westminster. Neither of those pictures or neither of those places are expensive as compared to DC area. I know they're not expensive.
So wait, if she lives in Westminster, that's PA.
It's close. It looked like she was going to.
Because I used to live 30 minutes from Westminster.
It was like way northern Maryland. Like it looked close
to Westminster. That's the outskirts. I grew up in a county in Pennsylvania. So it
looked like
Philly.
The way they went when we used to go to New York, it looked like they was going to New York. Like we would take road trips to New York.
Westminster, it's expensive. It was expensive when I was younger, but that's too far from Baltimore. How's she on Potomac?
Queen and she said they live in Maryland. Yeah, I know they live in Maryland. There's a lot here in South Carolina.
Too far.
Yes. Mia fully lost me after that clit and rejuvenation mix up. Yes, that's the part that was hilarious because I was like, ma'am, now you said you had your clit done, but now you're saying you have a rejuvenation, the P rejuvenation. And we all know that is very different than having your clit done. I was like, what needs to happen for you to get that done? And excuse me, you two, for saying that the C word, clit. But I was like, what happened? Like, did he beat it up so hard that it just ripped apart? Like, is it like just hanging? Like, what?
More than him.
What did they do? Then she was like, no, I got the rejuvenation. Like, whoa. Oh, she said no, Westminster is still in Maryland. It's like 30 minutes.
I put this in my Westminster, PA. I said that's far.
It was still north though. Like she looked like she lived almost an hour away, hour and a half away from the DC.
Good travel to see her. Yeah, I think you're right. Monique lived in Potomac.
Yeah, Monique, I think, was the only one that lived in Potomac, and Karen.
Hype to come back to Potomac.
Yes. So the show is this definitely felt like another filler episode. I hope it gets better. But it was good. Like at the end when they were doing all that talking, and Giselle was like, "Tell Ray to pay his bills." I'm like, girl, she's so rude. Like they trying to make up, and then she said,
I saw that because she had on the Gucci.
I can't remember.
She had on the Gucci.
It ended with them going to the pool.
Okay, so when I saw that, was eating dinner, and she was saying something about apology. So I'm on the wrong week.
That's how the last week's episode ended. So this week picked up with them in that.
Because she was being real shady. Like you said something about apology, then you was acting cordial, then you came with the BS. Giselle, I really honestly feel like Giselle has no business, no anything, and her object for the season is to be messy as she can to keep something going, so we can realize that you're still single.
Yeah. Well, she's trying to be the mean girl like Nene, and I said this yesterday. She don't got the comebacks and the sayings like Nene. Like Nene was so entertaining with the bloop and all this stuff.
Refrigerator.
And that I said what I said.
Ghetto.
But it's like Giselle don't have none of that.
She don't, and Giselle don't. And then Nene has something else that Giselle doesn't have. She's on Housewives with a husband. You have no husband. You have no fiance. You have no man. You have no date. You have nothing. You have your kids. You have that techie ass house you decorate. Mm-hmm. And that's about it. Like she has nothing else to offer. So I think if she can keep everything going, she would think that people can't dig at her for not, like, you're on the show of Housewives and you're not a wife.
Yes, and Kanea said they are not representing. So, and that's what I want to go to, Wendy. Now they are really coming for me. Yes, they are really coming for Miss Wendy, and I'm not liking it. Like Wendy, I was on the fence about Wendy, but I cannot stand when light-skinned women go after browner women. I can't stand it.
Always.
Like, it bothers me. And they always they want to just put all these labels on you. They're trying to call her a whore, saying she's showing her body too much. She got her titties out. Like they just going off. And
like, to wear what Wendy wore on that bus.
Yes, to me, Wendy looks good. Now her booty does look like butt pads, but I think Wendy looks good. And I like she's young. This is the time to be dressing like that. She just had a baby. She don't have no stomach. If I had Wendy's body all day, can I be like,
I still have my stomach out. Ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing different.
Yes. So I am loving. Yes, on this new episode that's coming up, Wendy will be going off on them because they're gonna bring up her husband allegations. Because allegedly her husband has a child out there, is cheating on her. They're just old and dry with that. Yes, they are old. When Karen and Giselle argue, I feel like it's two golden girls sitting up there arguing, and I get tired of it. Like, they just need to get along. Because I really want to say, we're not checking for y'all argument. We don't care. We just want to see.
Giselle's jealous of Karen. That's why she picks arguments with her.
Oh, you think she's jealous? I don't know. What would she be jealous of, though?
I mean, even though she took all this stuff, I just feel like she wants to be like, people could say a lot, but they have more respect for Karen. And Giselle has no one really, they listen to you, but you have no respect. Like, no one really.
I think they argue for a storyline. I think outside of the show, they probably do get along, but I think they're trying to create this storyline. What'd you say?
I think Karen is sick of her.
I don't think so.
Older than all of them too. I think she's sick of all of the show.
Based off of their history, I don't think Karen is sick of Giselle. I think Karen is hurt by some of the things that Giselle said. And to me, I saw a change when they kind of made fun of Karen calling them while she was drunk. And they were saying she was alcoholic and she liked to have a good time. To me, that was what it seemed like she was offended by, but she tried to say it was something else. But Jeopardy said, I thought Giselle was a pastor's wife. All she talk about is fornication and she cuss like a sailor. Yes, she does. Plus, she keeps talking about she and Jamal weren't close to each other. That's why they broke up. Like, girl, they was never together, man. They was together that much during their marriage, but this whole back together, she's confirming that the pastor be getting it in low. Yep.
I don't even understand how he is a pastor, but that's neither here nor there.
Abiel said they're fighting for the HBIC position. Yes, because Karen's going to be the queen dom. And hey, Shantae, thank you for watching. Jealous of Karen because she can go through owing taxes and come out still being herself. Yes, but I think they really like each other, but they want to keep this up for the show. Like, because it's like Giselle laughs, so like she has a smirk on her face half the time when they're arguing, and then Miss Karen is real dramatic. Like, I'm so over the old ladies arguing. Miss Karen be like, "You wish death on my husband," and yeah,
I don't care about always right.
But yeah, I can't wait to see what unfolds. I really wish the shows would get a little better. I don't know if it's this pandemic because like we're all really into these shows, but lately, the Housewives franchise has been boring to me. It's like been a flop. Even and then going to Carlos King shows, Love and Marriage Huntsville. We can talk a little bit about that. That was kind of boring to me. So I'm like, I'm over. I don't know. I just need to be entertained. Like, where's the real tea? Where's the true drama? When we gonna get down to the nitty gritty of finding out about Robin and Juan Dixon? Because we want to know, is Juan Dixon really here on the episode? I want to know about Juan. I want to know about Jamal. I want to know if Wendy's husband is cheating on her. I want to know, yes, Kanea said dry as F.
I want to know what Juan and Michael did in Vegas.
Yes. I want to know why Candace is so mad with Ashley. Like, Candace has something against Ashley. So I want to get down to that. And I read on do you know those ads on Facebook? I read that what's his name? The producer of all these shows, the white man. I forgot his name.
Andy.
The clear man. Andy Cohen wants Monique to come back. He wants Monique to come back. Shantae said,
I really like Like I like Monique and Karen. I did like Sharice, but then she started getting on my nerves. I've never liked this. Since her and her mom came on the show. The only person I liked in Candace's family was her husband, Chris. I like nothing, but I did like Monique.
Oh, and he's her manager, and he's gonna marry J. Blige her like Mary J. Blige. He's gonna Mary J. Blige her like how Mary J. Blige husband did her. So yeah, like he's gonna Kendu her. So Shantae said, so true. They are getting a little stale. And then said the T is yes. How's Jamal still a pastor though, Hannah? Exactly.
He's not a pastor.
Oh, he is. He's over at the church down here. I don't live that far from it. And I used to hate driving past New Birth because you know that was Eddie Long's church.
Eddie Long.
In the street.
Eddie Long was Eddie's church.
The street is Eddie Long Avenue, and I have to take that way to work sometimes, and I'll be like, oh Lord, spirit, I don't want that spirit in my car.
Allegedly, Jamal was Mr. Chocolate. Allegedly.
I know with Phaedra, yeah.
Phaedra. So how's you passing over people and you just up here cheating, fornicating, everything under the sun?
Yeah, because God know his heart. But
trash.
Kanea said his daddy is a bishop and he should be ashamed. Yeah, because Kanea, he actually did used to be the pastor. I think at your mother's church, Kanea, if I'm not mistaken. I think because he started out in Baltimore. If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong.
Trash.
Shantae says she loved Monique. Yes, I miss Monique. But Monique, the only thing I don't like about Monique, even though I love her, she was friends with that Avatar. And you know, the Avatar is what got us all us small content creators. We reported on her because we were shocked at her behavior. And so Monique is friends with.
Sometimes who you're friends with. Sometimes people, they do say guilty by association, but I mean,
yeah, like your friends.
But like, I don't even realize y'all hang in the same circle. And I'm like, yeah, that's my friends. I'm gonna stick beside him.
Kanea said, yes, ma'am, you're right. So he was it was at Kanea's mother's church. But I will say this about Jamal. Because I've been following him for a long time, you know, me at one time. Well, I was born in the Church of God in Christ and Holiness Church and just being religious. So I've been following Jamal probably a good 15, almost 20 years because he would have YouTube. He was a very good speaker. Now, all this stuff that came out about his personal life, and we can talk about this on Church Hurt. So I do have a show called Church Hurt that I'm going to premiere with part 2. So the reason why it doesn't bother me as much, it's gonna be a minute because I have to get the people. But the reason why Jamal and the fornication and all that doesn't bother me as much is because I come out of a religious family of men. And not to say that my grandfather cheated, but they're human just like us. And I was taught to never put them on this pedestal because I know people say many are chosen, but many are selected, or one. Few are chosen, yes. But I know they're men first, and that's from speaking from my own experience. And so Jamal is only doing what I've seen plenty of pastors do. And so my thing was, when I would hear him, because he is a good speaker, I just want to hear God through his word. Mm-hmm. Whatever he's doing on the outside has nothing to do with me. That's between him and God. But if he's preaching this word and teaching me what I need to do and teaching me a way to interpret it where I can find my own understanding, I'm all for it. Like I just would go for the word. So the part that got me about him though on this show was the fact that he was even on it, because he's supposed to be like, I always saw him doing like political stuff. So I was shocked that he was on this reality show. And then for him to clap back at Monique and tell her I'm from Baltimore. I'm like, okay, so do that mean you're gonna fight her? Like, what are you gonna do? Jesus. What are you gonna do? Shantae says she might not have known the Avatar like that. All could have been in front. I agree. It all could have been in front because she was on that. She was coming off that show. But come on, what about the clap back to Monique? I got the clap. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. When he clapped back at her, he lost me with that.
Yes.
He lost me because I'm like, you gonna fight a woman? And
that's my part. It's not just going at somebody. You wanted a woman.
Exactly. And then when I just didn't understand the whole clapback. So I'm like, this man has completely got lost in his and you know what happens though? A lot of times, those people that do all that find themselves on their knees later on. God does something and makes them fall on their knees to repent. Again, leave Baltimore out of it. He said that was his word. They said totally turned off. He did say that. He ended it like, I'm from Baltimore, meaning I fight. That's what I was like, sir.
Like, why do people always say I said they good? Like, when I was in Philly, people would be like, well, I'm from North Philly. I'm from it. Okay, and you can still get dropped. So like, it doesn't matter which city or part of the city you from. That don't mean where your hands from.
Yeah.
Like, so people really be saying it. I don't understand that. But when you say that, everyone knows that means we're going to fight. So that's why I'm trying to figure out, why would you say that to a woman?
Exactly.
Because if somebody said that to your daughter, you'd be ready to fight them.
Yeah, he definitely turned me off with that. And I agree with Shantae. It was totally a turn off. I lost all respect for him because he didn't have to clap back at that at all. It was no need to. But I guess he was trying to protect Giselle. But Giselle, I don't know. Like I said, she don't want no smoke. She got to have this pastor speak up for her. This pastor that's cheating on her, that don't even want her. Yeah. You having him clap back when you can't clap back. And you could have clapped back on the reunion. But instead, she wanted to be very nasty and rude.
Have them in the family pictures. Girl, bye.
Shantae said, period. Yes, period. And Monique blew his spot up. She definitely did, because that was so crazy. The doctor that he was cheating with was the one that interviewed Monica. And so like, it's all of it is crazy. He might hit women. Ooh,
he might.
Giselle was crying to him so hard, so he had to stick his dick out. Yes, he did. His peen out. I don't know what YouTube was gonna allow.
I don't care if I'm arguing with a woman. I would never expect my man to jump into it. He would tell me to handle it, just like if another man, I will pop off at a man. He got to tell me to calm down. Mm-hmm. I would expect him to handle that. It's just certain arguments you don't go in through with the opposite sex. Giselle could have handled it herself. Like, he acted like Peter. Stay out of one of his business.
Yes, and I have
Paul Peter. I don't like that. Like, don't come at no woman.
And those of you in the bushes, I got a message from somebody saying that they in the bushes right now watching me. Reveal yourself.
Not the bushes.
Yeah. Oh, that's what we saying. I'll be in the bushes.
I know we not even talking negative stuff.
No, it's sometimes it's good to stay in the bushes. You can watch.
I always be viewing from afar.
Yes. So I'm almost done with my libation, my candy juice. So we can end it here. We actually went longer than I expected because I actually have to get up early for work tomorrow. I have to go to the actual physical office, which I cannot stand. Here you go. That was the person in the bushes.
What did you do on the show the other day?
Yes, thank you for revealing yourself. Oh, he's the star. He has a large following.
Yes.
I don't know why he won't do his own YouTube stuff, but yes, he definitely needs to. Paula said it was surprising that he clapped back at that with everything that has been said about him down through the years. Exactly.
I know it was true.
Exactly. Oh yeah, it was definitely true. And Shantae said bye for now. I guess he was trying to take up for his baby mama because they ain't together. You know how men be having a soft spot for their baby mama. So what'd you say?
I take it for myself. I don't need no man defending me. Unless it's another man, then I'm respectful. But another woman, I got this.
And thank you, Keaton, for showing some love. Cute. But we're gonna end it here. Because I'm very tipsy and my eyes start to get real low. If you haven't noticed, Hunter. Yeah. What'd you say?
I'm going to sleep right after. Actually, I have to go pick the girls up, and then I'm going to sleep.
Yes. So thank you all for watching. This was really fun. I will be back probably tomorrow, just to get some content out there. But this was the Candy Shop. I hope you enjoyed it. Good night, everybody. I'm gonna play my song. Good night.
But I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop.